As a criminal defense lawyer who represents juveniles in juvenile court, one question I get all the time is, when can the prosecutors try a minor as an adult in California? And the answer is they can do so if the child was at least 14 years of age at the time of the commission of the crime, and the child is accused of committing a serious crime. Now, there are some cases where the prosecutor can just go right ahead and just file the case directly in adult court. And we call these direct file cases. There's other situations where the prosecutor has to essentially get the permission of the juvenile court to transfer the case to adult court. And we call this process a fitness hearing. As criminal defense lawyers, we generally think that it's better to keep the case in juvenile court than adult court. And the reason is that if the child is convicted, if the crime is found to have been committed, then the discipline or the consequences or punishment tends to be much less in juvenile court than in adult court. But that said, it's really a double-edged sword. There are some ways in which it is beneficial for the child to go to adult court. And that is, if they go to adult court and they have a trial, it's going to be a trial in front of a jury. Now, a jury means that there's going to be 12 people from the community that are going to be brought in to hear the case. And the prosecutor has to convince all 12 of those jurors unanimously, beyond a reasonable doubt, that the crime was committed. Whereas in juvenile court, there's no jury. The case is just in front of a judge. And that only the judge has to be convinced. So in that sense, it's actually a lot easier for the prosecutor to win a conviction in juvenile court than in adult court. And just by way of reference, when I was a prosecutor in Los Angeles County, and we had about 70,000 felony cases a year that we prosecuted, we found, generally speaking, in adult court, we had at trial probably about a 75% conviction rate. In juvenile court, we had probably about a 95% conviction rate. So there are some respects in which it's actually better to transfer the case to adult court. But that determination really needs to be made on a case-by-case basis. So if you have a child who's charged with a crime and the prosecutor is trying to take it to adult court, you want to make sure that you have a very savvy, experienced criminal defense lawyer who can decide, number one, are we better off in juvenile court or adult court? And number two, based on that, can really help to navigate the case to one of those two courts.